Today you will learn how to get web traffic fast from other websites. And if you stay until the end, you will see how my students are making millions of dollars online using a secret traffic method that I have used to get over 30,000 website visitors every day for free. Okay, so today this is the 8th module in a free course that I'm uploading to YouTube, and it teaches you how to build an affiliate marketing business without a website. I'm going to put all the links to all the other modules in the description for you so you don't miss out. Okay, so today we're going to learn how to borrow email lists from 3 or 4 very powerful websites so you can drive traffic to your affiliate offers, to your landing pages, to your websites, whatever you like. Okay, so let's go to the computer and get started. Welcome back. So in this module, we're going to learn how to get traffic fast from other websites. So we're going to use a few networks and a couple of directories. So the first website that we're going to look at is called nextmark.com. And it will allow us to tap into other people's email lists so we can rent them, or if they have means of emailing, then we can use them effectively as a solo ad. So on the left-hand side, we have this mailing list finder. Click that button there. It's going to take you to a search form. So if we put in 1 or 2 focus keywords here, so perhaps you're in weight loss, so it could be weight loss market. So choose which type of market you want to work with. So do you want to connect with all markets? Do you want to connect with consumers or B2B? Then choose your channel. Do you want to access all channels, just postal mail, email, or telephone? Now, because we're going to promote affiliate links, I'm going to go with email. And then if we search 60,000 mailing lists, it's going to bring back a whole heap of data for us. Now we've got some pretty interesting columns here. So first of all, we have the name of the mailing list. Then we have the type of mailing list. But interestingly, this is the one that you really want to focus on. This is the size of the email list. So we can see that this one has got 9 million subscribers. And the price here is in thousands. So it's going to cost you $75 per thousand. Now I'm going to tell you how to get the price down a little bit in a second. But first, take the time to explore these email lists. So let's say we want to go with this one, which has got over 300,000 members. If we click on that, it's going to give us some specific information about the subscribers on this list. So it tells us the segments. So it will show us how the email list is split up. And we can see that over 300,000 of them are exclusively just on email. That's exactly what you want. Then we can see the market is for both business and consumer. We want to make sure that the list is double opt-in. Make sure that the geo-targeting is on point. So if you want USA traffic or UK traffic, make sure it matches that. Have a look at the gender. So make sure that the demographics are on point. And then have a look at the description. So here on this list, it's telling us exactly what type of sub-niche interests this list are interested in. So here we can see that they're interested in dieting, they're interested in heart health, they're interested in gastric balloons. Now, let me show you another example, because if we have a look at this list, which has got over 9 million subscribers, we have these selects. So you can think of these as additional filters that you can apply. So that means you can get your targeting really nailed down. So you can target just homeowners or credit card owners. You can target people with children. But there are some filters not mentioned on these lists. So you can ask the email list owners if they can segment the list further to just buyers. So you will only engage and you will only be charged for sending messages to people who have money to spend, who are more likely to buy the offers that you promote. You can also apply a second filter for recent activity. This is something that I really encourage you to do, because some of these lists, I mean, this one has got 9 million subscribers. Now, not all of those people are going to be active. Not all of those email addresses are going to be legit. So what you want to do is ask them to apply a recency filter. So you only engage with highly engaged subscribers, people who open emails, people who are actively seeking out the type of information that you provide. So do ask them to apply those two filters to every email list. Now, when it comes to your budget, I know that this can seem fairly expensive. So what I'm going to do is tell you how to get the price down, because you want to negotiate the lowest possible test run. So approach these list owners. Ask them if you can do a test run first. And if you are on a limited budget, do not tell them that. They won't want to deal with people who are on limited budgets. But if you ask them to do a test run first, then they will more than likely want to work with you, because, you know, if you get a good return on your investment, then you would probably want to return back and use the list again. Also, the way that you use this list can vary. So some of these email list providers do have access to ESPs, that's email service providers, and they can send out the list, the emails for you to their list. That's effectively a solo ad. But some of these list providers don't have ESPs. So that means you have to rent the list from them. So they will give you, 100,000 subscribers. You'll have to upload that to your own email provider and then send out the list. Now, a very important point, do pay attention to this, because if you're dealing with 100,000 people and you have an agreement with them to send one email blast, and you have this email list on an ESP that you own or control, I know it's going to be very tempting for you to do 2 or 3 email blasts. But if you haven't agreed with that, then don't do it. So don't violate the terms of the agreement, because these companies, these lists are seeded with tester email addresses. So if you email more than you have agreed, they will know, and then they will blacklist you, not only from their list, but you will get a bad reputation right across all lists. So the questions that you need to ask when you are negotiating a price. So you ask them, do they have means of communicating with the email list? That's going to tell you if they can send out your emails for you, or if you need to upload it to your own ESP. You need to negotiate how often you can email out. You have to negotiate a price, a tester price, and you have to track everything. That's the beauty of digital marketing. We can track everything. So what I recommend you do, if you're promoting your own website or your own landing pages, then I recommend that you use something like the Google UTM Builder. So this is a campaign URL builder. So what you will do is put your website URL in here, campaign source, so you could say newsletter, the campaign medium, so it could be email, the campaign name, so that could be whatever it is you're promoting, and then it will generate a unique URL that you can give to these email list providers to put in the email, and then you can track the results. If you're promoting hop links or another affiliate link, then you should be able to add additional variables to the URL. So for example, if we're running a ClickBank offer, then we have this promote button on ClickBank. Click that and you have this tracking ID optional. Here you would put in just a piece of text that will tell you which email list is performing well, or which one is getting the clicks through for you. So we could say something like next mark, and then generate hop links. It's going to, oops, there you go. So it's going to generate an encrypted hop link for you. So that is the URL that you would promote via email. And that's going to track all clicks for you, so you know which campaigns are working best. Another smart thing to do is run a retargeting campaign. So let me draw you out a diagram of how that's going to work. So here we have the email list. So let's call that EM. And that will send traffic to a landing page. On your landing page, you have Facebook retargeting pixel. So what happens is some people will opt into your own email list. So that's the ideal scenario. So you're taking people from one email list and getting them to opt in to your own email list. So that means you can email them as often as you like. Now, not everybody is going to opt in. So there's a few factors involved in that conversion rate, but it's never going to be 100%. Typically, if you get around 50% conversion rate, you're doing okay. That's what you should be aiming for. If you've been in the game for a while, then you should be really trying to get around 60 to 80% conversion rate on landing pages. If you're sending to blog posts, then it's going to be much lower. But for best results, we send traffic to landing pages. So they have two options. They can opt in to the email list, to your email list, or they can leave. And that's it. Some people are going to leave. So to re-engage those people, we can run a retargeting campaign. So down here, we can go to Facebook and we can run ads just to the people who didn't opt in. And now we can send them back to either the same landing page, or even better, a different landing page, or even better still, we run split tests. And because we're only paying to target people that have already landed on this page, that means our ad spend is considerably lower. And we're only targeting people who have already encountered our brand. So they are familiar with us to some degree. So your conversion rate and your results from those Facebook ads should be higher than if you were to send out a general broadcast or a general boost on those ads. Okay, so let me show you a couple more places that we can get email lists from. Okay, these guys are called dedicatedemails.com, and these chaps are really quick to respond. Some places can take their time, but these guys seem to be really on point. Now, it's important when you deal with these guys to be really honest with them, be upfront with them, because they're going to do their best to make sure that there's a good message to market match. So that means the offer that you have gets to the right people. So if you're in any of the following industries, this website is going to be a good fit for you. So if you're in political, if you're in health, finance, or retirement, so any of those sub niches as well. So reach out to these guys, and what they will do is they will help you to create a campaign that is going to work. So they will do some market analysis for you to make sure that it's a good fit for you. And then they will help you to create the campaign. Another good site to take a look at is called Akkamax Com. And if we go down, right down to the bottom here, we have these topics. So if you're in any of these industries, business, entertainment, health, home and leisure, knowledge, politics, sport, if you're involved in any of those or those sub niches, then these guys have got a massive email list that is segmented that you can tap into and pay to use. But the thing with these guys is the more specific you are with your messaging and who your target audience is, the better results you're going to be. So these guys don't really work for offers that are too general. You have to get very specific with your messaging. The next one for you is called Newsmax.com. Politics aside, these guys have got an enormous resource. Their email list is just beyond belief how big it is. So in terms of accessing a demographic and a psychographic, this could be a good match for you. So scroll right down to the bottom, have a look at the options down here. So we have advertise. If you click on that, it's going to take you to the media kit. Take a bit of time to go through this. It might be the right audience for your offers, because down here we have media kit that is segmented. So we can go to the email section. It's going to tell you about really what they can offer you. They have access to more than 2 million email subscribers. And if you're in the health industry or the finance industry, it could be a really good match for you. Now, full disclaimer, I have worked with Newsmax in the past. They've used me to help with lead gen, and I know that the email list can be very expensive. But the important thing to note is no matter which site you use or which marketing practice you go with, the important thing is to be consistent. And it's that consistency, that little bit every day, is going to build your business over time. And when you're consistent, who knows what kind of amazing results you can get. Like Matt, he's making millions of dollars online thanks to my training. So if you want to know the secret and you really are serious about making money on the internet, you're going to need more web traffic. So I will give you the traffic methods that I never share anywhere else for free when you go to profitcopilot.com/traffic. And I'll also put a link to that in the description. And if you found today's module useful, give it a thumbs up below, subscribe to the channel too, hit that little notification bell so you never miss an update from me. And I will hopefully see you again in a couple of days' time. Take care.